to the world, to have this community behind me in such a prestigious tournament. And for them to make the effort to stay up late and stay in the cold and cheer me on. So it really added to the feelings and the emotions after the match, yeah.
A major moment has just unfolded in the world of tennis. It feels as if the entire sport has been shaken, and the impact is still being felt inside locker rooms across the professional circuit. Everyone saw what happened on the court. Fans around the world watched as Alex Eala delivered a commanding performance against Dayana Yastremska. It was not just another win on the tour. It was the kind of performance that made many seeded players on the WTA Tour sit up and take notice. But the real conversation began only after the match ended. The moment the match was over, something unexpected happened. Shortly after her victory, a message appeared on Alex Eala's phone. That single message quickly became the topic everyone was talking about. According to reports circulating around the tour, the message caused intense discussions in several veteran player group chats. The message came from none other than Rafael Nadal, widely known as the King of Clay, the legendary 22-time Grand Slam champion and one of the most respected figures the sport has ever produced. And the fact that he reached out to Alex Eala has created a wave of reactions throughout the tennis world. To understand why this moment carries so much weight, it helps to know how things usually work behind the scenes in professional tennis. When a young player from outside the top ranks defeats a well-known and experienced competitor like Yastremska, the typical reaction inside the locker room tends to be cautious and dismissive. Veteran players often call it a one-day surprise. They say conditions were unusual, maybe the wind made serving difficult, or the court played faster than expected. Sometimes they simply say the experienced player had an off day. In short, they often treat the result as something temporary. Established players frequently keep their distance from the newcomer. They may avoid practicing together or limit interaction. In many cases, they assume that the pressure of a long season will eventually challenge the young player's confidence. But Rafael Nadal's message changed that usual pattern. Instead of staying quiet, Nadal publicly acknowledged Alex Eala's impressive performance. His words did more than simply offer congratulations. His message suggested that he genuinely respects her game and believes she has serious potential. For many veteran players, that changes the picture entirely. Now they are not just looking at a 20-year-old player from the Philippines who had a standout match. They are seeing a rising competitor who trained at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, one of the most respected training centers in the sport. People close to the tour say the mood inside the players' lounge has become noticeably tense. Athletes are reading Nadal's supportive message and realizing that Alex Eala might be a far more serious contender than they initially thought. And the reason is clear. Alex Eala did not simply appear on the WTA Tour by accident. Her game was developed inside the Nadal training system, which is known for producing players with strong discipline, determination, and mental toughness. Training there is far from a casual tennis camp. The program pushes players to improve both physically and mentally. Athletes are taught to compete for every single point and never give up during a match. That mindset was easy to see during Eala's match against Yastremska. She remained calm under pressure. She held her position on the baseline and kept applying steady pressure throughout the match. As the contest went on, Yastremska began to struggle, committing 15 double faults. Those errors reflected just how difficult it can be to stay composed when an opponent refuses to back down. Eala used heavy topspin, stayed solid in rallies, and showed great patience during key moments. Her performance made one thing very clear. She was fully prepared for the challenge. Now, with Rafael Nadal publicly praising her, many people in the sport believe she has gained something extremely valuable: the respect of one of the greatest champions tennis has ever seen. And that kind of recognition cannot be purchased. A player can win tournaments and trophies. They can sign major sponsorship deals. They might wear luxury watches or launch clothing lines with well-known brands such as Nike, Adidas, or Rolex. But receiving genuine praise from Rafael Nadal represents something entirely different. Many experienced players have spent 10 years or more competing on tour, hoping for recognition from the sport's greatest champions. Nadal is known for focusing quietly on his own career and rarely making public comments about younger players. That is why his message about Alex Eala has captured so much attention. Some veterans on the tour reportedly believe that the spotlight could now shift quickly toward the young Filipino player. They worry that media attention, sponsorship deals, and prime television match slots might increasingly follow her progress. However, the reaction is not only about jealousy. There is also a sense of caution and concern. From their perspective, Nadal's message might signal that a serious new competitor has arrived. Imagine being a top 10 player right now. You watch the video of Alex Eala confidently defeating Yastremska. You see her composure, her powerful ground strokes, and her ability to stay calm under pressure.
At the same time, you know she trained within the same system that produced one of the strongest competitors the sport has ever seen. That information alone can change how players prepare for matches against her. In professional sports, belief and confidence can make a huge difference. When an athlete knows that someone like Rafael Nadal respects their ability, it can strengthen their determination even further. Meanwhile, sports agencies and marketing groups are paying close attention as well. In the business side of athletics, support from legendary figures can strongly influence how sponsors and broadcasters view an emerging star. Alex Eala already enjoys strong support from her home country, the Philippines, which has a passionate fan base of more than 100 million people. When that national support combines with the worldwide fans of Rafael Nadal, her global audience becomes extremely large. That level of attention can quickly turn a player into one of the most talked about athletes on the circuit. And that leads to the next big question: what will happen when she returns to the court? Competition will certainly intensify. Some opponents may test her mentally during matches. Others might attempt to minimize her success in interviews. Rivalries are a normal part of life on the professional tour. But one thing is clear: Alex Eala is no longer simply a newcomer searching for experience. Looking ahead to the biggest tournaments, interest around her matches will likely continue growing. Consider the upcoming French Open at Roland Garros. This is the event where Rafael Nadal built his historic reputation by winning 14 championships on the clay courts of Paris. If Alex Eala competes there, many fans will be eager to watch her performance. The crowd in Paris has long admired Nadal, and they may be curious to see a player who developed her game in his academy. For opponents, drawing her in a major tournament could become a difficult challenge. Players will study the tournament brackets closely. Facing a confident rising player early in a Grand Slam is never an easy situation. Matches could quickly become intense battles, both physically and mentally. Yastremska's performance already showed how pressure can build during such moments. Her 15 double faults revealed how difficult it can be to maintain control when a match begins slipping away. From now on, every match Alex Eala plays will carry greater attention. She is no longer just an underdog hoping to surprise the tour. She has already proven that she can compete at a high level. Her victory over Dayana Yastremska showed exactly what she is capable of achieving, and Rafael Nadal's supportive message added another layer of excitement to her growing story. Now the tennis world is watching closely to see what happens next. Will the experienced players step forward and defend their positions at the top of the rankings, or will a new generation begin to reshape the tour? Tennis has always moved through cycles like this. Great champions dominate for years, and eventually new talent rises to challenge them. So now the conversation continues. Are the players in the locker room right to feel concerned about the rise of Alex Eala? Does support from Rafael Nadal give her a major advantage, or is this simply the natural progression of the sport, where fresh talent pushes the game forward? Share your thoughts and opinions.
Because one thing is certain, the story surrounding the WTA Tour has entered an exciting new stage, and the rest of the season promises plenty of dramatic moments on the court.